Let's get weird into it. Number 10. The friendly smile. You're wandering through a grand, imposing square in Moscow. It's winter. The air is so cold it feels like you're breathing tiny knives. Everything is shades of gray and imperial gold. It's a bit intimidating. To break the tension, you catch the eye of a woman walking past and give her your best, warmest, most disarming American-style smile. You know the one. Big, toothy, full of sunshine and a can-do attitude. Her reaction? Her face twists into a mask of suspicion and contempt. She glares at you as if you've just opened your trench coat to reveal you're wearing nothing but squirrels. She mutters something under her breath and walks faster. What just happened? Your brain, bless its little heart, thinks a smile is a universal greeting card. A free, easy way to say, "Hello, I am a harmless human being." But in Russia, and some other cultures, a smile is a precious, finite resource. It's not something you just throw around at strangers for no reason. A public smile is reserved for genuine moments of happiness or affection, with people you actually know and like. Smiling at a stranger implies one of two things. Either you're a simpleton, a village idiot with a head full of empty pleasantries, or you're mocking them. It's an insincere, fake gesture that puts people on high alert. You're not being friendly. You're being weird. You're performing an emotion you clearly don't feel, and that makes you look either stupid or dangerous. So, your attempt to be a ray of human sunshine on a cloudy day just got you flagged by a local's internal security system as potential moron or possible spy. Avoid at all costs. Number 9. The generous tip. You're in a tiny, tucked-away ramen shop in Tokyo. The steam fogs up the windows. You just had a bowl of noodles so divinely perfect it felt like a religious experience. The broth was a symphony. The pork melted like a dream. The egg was a perfect little soy sauce-colored sunset. You feel a deep, primal need to reward the chef for this moment of culinary nirvana. You pay your bill, but you sneak an extra 2,000 yen note under your bowl. A big, fat, generous tip. You feel great about it. You're supporting the arts. You give a respectful nod to the chef on your way out and step into the bustling street. Seconds later, you hear shouting behind you. The chef is running, yes, running after you, waving your money in his hand. He looks angry, mortified. Is he trying to give it back? Did you accidentally underpay? No, you just deeply insulted him. In Japan, and also in South Korea, tipping is not a thing. In fact, it can be seen as degrading. The cultural logic is this. Excellent service is not an optional extra. It is the absolute baseline. It's a fundamental part of the job, a source of professional pride. When you leave a tip, you're not saying, "Thank you for the great service." You're saying, "Your boss clearly doesn't pay you enough for the hard work you do, so here's a little charity from a wealthy foreigner to help you out." You've just implied that he's a pitiful wage slave whose company doesn't value him. You've introduced the grubby concept of money into a transaction that was supposed to be about pride and respect. He's not chasing you to thank you. He's chasing you to scrub the stain of your pity money off his honor before it sets. Number 8. The Clean Plate Club. Your entire childhood was a training montage for this moment. Finish your food. Don't be wasteful. Think of the starving children. These phrases are burned into your DNA. So, here you are, at a spectacular banquet in a home in Shanghai. Your host has laid out a feast that could feed a small army. Dish after dish arrives. It's all incredible. You, being a good and polite guest, decide to honor your host's cooking by joining the Clean Plate Club. You devour every last grain of rice, every morsel of pork, every sliver of bok choy. You lean back, satisfied, patting your stomach. A perfect compliment to the chef. Except, it's not. You look up and see your host's smile has become a tight, panicked line. He's sweating. He snaps his fingers, and suddenly, the kitchen door bursts open, and a whole new mountain of food appears. He piles it onto your plate, watching you with a desperate look in his eyes. You've just accidentally declared culinary war. In China, the Philippines, and some other Asian cultures, a guest cleaning their plate is a nonverbal signal that the host failed. It means, "You did not provide enough food. I am still hungry." Your generosity is insufficient. Your host is now in a state of mortal social terror. He has lost face. His only way to regain it is to keep bringing out food until you, the guest, are physically defeated. Until you have to leave food on your plate to signal, "I am conquered. Your abundance has overwhelmed me. You are a magnificent host." You thought you were being polite. Instead, you initiated a high-stakes power play over dumplings. A game of chicken, where the first person to stop eating loses their honor. Number 7. The head pat. You're walking through a market in Thailand. It's vibrant, colorful, and you see an absolutely adorable little kid, maybe 5 years old, with huge, soulful eyes. The kid gives you a shy little wave. Your heart melts into a puddle. Acting on pure, wholesome instinct, you reach down and give the child a gentle, affectionate pat on the head. A universal gesture of, "Aren't you a little cutie?" The child flinches. The parents, who were smiling a second ago, now look at you with a mixture of shock and horror. The air temperature drops 20 degrees. You didn't just touch a kid, you violated a sacred temple. In Thailand and other predominantly Buddhist countries like Cambodia and Laos, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body. It's the highest point, literally and spiritually. It's the vessel for the soul, the center of one's life force. To touch someone's head, especially a child's, without permission is a profound sign of disrespect. Imagine a stranger walking up to you, looking you in the eye, and then casually reaching out to lick your eyeball. That's the level of invasive, bizarre violation they feel. You, with your grimy tourist hands, just smudged your spiritual fingerprints all over a person's soul. You were going for friendly stranger. You landed on clumsy, soul-defiling demon. Nice work. Number 6. The OK gesture. The little circle you make with your thumb and forefinger. It's the international sign for A-OK. Perfect. I'm not drowning. It's used by scuba divers, astronauts, and anyone trying to communicate across a loud room. It's a harmless, efficient little piece of body language, unless you're in Brazil, or Turkey, or Venezuela. Imagine you're on a tour in Rio de Janeiro. Your guide asks if everyone is having a good time. You enthusiastically flash the OK sign. The guide's face curdles. A few locals nearby start glaring. You've just managed to turn a beautiful day into a very awkward moment. Because in these countries, that gesture isn't a symbol for OK. It's a very specific, very graphic, and very rude symbol for an anus. It's not a vague insult. It's a direct, anatomical taunt. You're not saying everything is great. You're either calling someone a very nasty name, or you're making a crude sexual proposition. So, when Richard Nixon visited Brazil in the 1950s and emerged from his plane flashing the OK sign with both hands to the waiting crowd, he wasn't greeted with cheers. He was met with a chorus of boos and whistles from a public he had just, essentially, mooned with his fingers. It's a beautiful example of how your body can betray you, transforming an innocent gesture of approval into a silent, obscene shout across a cultural divide. Number 5. The gift of time. You're in a high-stakes business meeting in China, trying to close a massive deal. You want to give your potential partner a gift to show your respect and goodwill. You've chosen something elegant, classic, and expensive, a beautiful, ornate clock. It's a symbol of the time you'll spend working together, of the long and prosperous future you'll share. You present the gift box with a flourish. He opens it. The smile vanishes from his face. His assistants look at each other in horror. The billion-dollar deal you were about to sign just evaporated in a puff of awkward silence. You, my friend, just handed him a death threat. This is a classic case of language being a sneaky, pun-loving trickster god. In Mandarin, the phrase for gifting a clock is songzhong. This sounds almost identical to another phrase, songzhong, which means attending a funeral. Giving someone a clock is a powerful symbol of time running out, of a relationship ending, and, in its most extreme interpretation, a wish that their life is coming to an end. You've basically handed them a gorgeous, gold-plated memento mori. You were trying to say, here's to a long partnership. What they heard was, I look forward to sending flowers to your memorial service. Number 4. Showing some soul. You're relaxing in a hotel lobby in Dubai, waiting for a friend. You're sitting on a low couch, so you casually cross your legs, maybe resting your ankle on your knee. You lean back, comfortable, scrolling on your phone. The sole of your shoe is pointing towards an Emirati man sitting across from you. Without a word, he gets up, gives you a look that could curdle milk, and moves to a different seat as far away from you as possible. Your crime? You weaponized your footwear. In Arab, Muslim, Hindu, and Buddhist cultures, the feet are considered the absolute lowest, dirtiest, most unclean part of the body. They walk on the ground. They touch filth. To show the sole of your foot or shoe to another person is the ultimate nonverbal insult. It's like saying, you are beneath me. You are dirt. You are the lowest of the low. It's an insult so potent that in Iraq, after the statue of Saddam Hussein was toppled in 2003. People famously swarmed it and started hitting the face of the statue with the soles of their shoes. It was the most powerful way they could express their contempt. So while you were just getting comfortable, you were unconsciously using your shoe to broadcast a message of profound disrespect. You were basically calling that man human garbage, and you did it with a relaxed, casual air that made it even worse. Number 3. The left-handed compliment. For most of human history, in a world without widespread toilet paper or modern sanitation, humanity came to a very practical agreement. The world was divided into two jobs. The right hand was for greeting, for eating, for all clean and noble tasks. The left hand, well, the left hand got the dirty work. It was the bathroom hand. While our plumbing has improved, this deep cultural programming remains hardwired into many parts of the world, especially in the Middle East, India, and parts of Africa. Picture this. You're at a market in Morocco. You've just haggled for a beautiful leather bag. The shopkeeper hands it to you with his right hand. You, holding your wallet in your right hand, reach out and give him the money with your left. He recoils. He physically pulls his hand back as if you tried to give him a handful of sewage. He looks offended, disgusted. By using your left hand, you have just contaminated the entire transaction. You've insulted him by using the unclean hand to interact with him, to handle money, to participate in a social exchange. It's a gesture reserved for things you consider impure. It's the social equivalent of sneezing directly into your palm and then offering a handshake. You may have washed your hands 5 minutes ago, but the ancient, powerful taboo doesn't care. You've just broken a rule as old as civilization itself. Number 2. The thumbs up. The thumbs up. The official gesture of Facebook. The symbol of Siskel and Ebert's approval. The sign that tells a pilot they're cleared for takeoff. It is, perhaps, the most positive, unambiguous gesture in the Western world. It means good, yes, awesome. So, you're trying to navigate a chaotic intersection in Tehran, Iran. A kind driver stops to let you cross. You want to thank him, so you flash a big, grateful smile and a hearty thumbs up. The driver's face turns to thunder. He lays on his horn and starts shouting at you in Farsi. Cars behind him start honking. You've just turned a moment of kindness into an explosive road rage incident. Congratulations, you just gave him the finger. In Iran, Greece, parts of West Africa, and Sardinia, the thumbs-up gesture does not mean all good. It means up yours. It's a direct, vulgar, aggressive insult, the equivalent of flipping someone off. Its origins might trace back to ancient Rome, but its modern meaning is simple. It's a nonverbal, screw you. You were trying to say, thanks, buddy. What the driver saw was a random pedestrian challenging his honor, insulting his family, and possibly questioning his parentage, all with one cheerful little thumb. Number 1. The dozen roses debacle. It's your first date with someone you met in Kiev. You want to be a classic romantic. You stop at a flower stall and buy a breathtaking bouquet. 1 dozen, 12 perfect, long-stemmed red roses. It's the quintessential gesture of love and admiration. You feel like a hero from a romantic comedy. You arrive at the restaurant and present the flowers with a confident smile. Your date takes them. Her smile falters. She looks confused, then sad. The romantic spark you were hoping for has been doused with a bucket of ice-cold awkwardness. What you've just done is commit the ultimate romantic faux pas. In Ukraine, Russia, and much of the former Soviet bloc, flowers are a language with very strict grammar, and you just used a word that means death. The rule is simple and unbreakable. You give an odd number of flowers to a living person. 1, 3, 5, 7 roses for a birthday, a date, a celebration. An even number of flowers, 2, 4, 6, and yes, 12, is reserved exclusively for funerals. An even-numbered bouquet is what you bring to a cemetery to lay on a grave. With your grand romantic gesture, you didn't say, I like you. You said, I am here to mourn you. You handed your date a beautiful, fragrant symbol of her own demise. The date isn't over, but you've already started the funeral proceedings. Okay, my brain's tired. I'm gonna go find more weird stuff. You know what to do if you want to see it.